Hey everybody. So presented here for your consideration are some of the aftermarket parts available for the Mobius Models Jupiter 2 kit. Here we have 3 products generously supplied by TSDS Incorporated, which is run by Henry Prentice. These can be found at tsdsinc.com. Working left to right, what we have here first are the Waterslide decal sets. This will save you the trouble of having to paint the model. So it's definitely a nice little piece there, and it comes with some bonus self-stick vinyl floor and wall pieces, again to help you save from having to paint. Definitely a nice little thing. And over on the right we have a fusion core. This has 32, 36 lights somewhere in there. I'll definitely unpack it in a second. There's a set of directions in there as well. So this one here comes in a sealed bag, nice and tidy. And over here the fusion core comes in a really nice cardboard box, the standard priority mailer from the post office. And they both arrived in this mailing envelope here. So let me crack these open and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so first let's take a look at the decals and the vinyl. Definitely a lot of stuff comes in that little package, that's for darn sure. 3 sheets of decals and 3 sheets of vinyl. First up, I want to note most importantly that the air bubbles in here are entirely my fault. I started lifting the sheet thinking there were some pre-cuts on there. I was going to weed it, but it is one single sheet and that's the way it belongs. Turn another light on here. So let's take a look at the decals first. Definitely some nice printing. There's no obvious registration errors anywhere that I can see. Some of the graphics, such as here, those are just beautiful. Really great color on everything. No banding from the printer at all. And detailed statements on where everything goes, in addition to this really good instruction sheet here. Of course it says, please read first before using this product, and like I say, I left before I thought about it and started peeling that up. On the back side here, basically everything on the sheets is repeated here to tell you where it all goes. Definitely a lot of thought going on here, and really nice printing on the paper as well. The directions look thoroughly complete, and this is definitely a nice little piece here. Looks like there's some alternatives, a few here and there. There's an astrogator strip and an astrogator strip up here. I doubt any of the doors are spares, but maybe. I haven't completely looked through the directions yet. There's a couple other duplicates here, such as the control panels there and these control panels here. Double on the wall and one over here as well. Looks like this recorder and possibly a couple other things, so that's definitely nice. They probably allow you to either do different versions of the ship over time, or they're just spares in case you happen to screw one up. Either way, that's definitely really great of TSDS to do. Just got some really good close-ups here to show you what you're getting. And these would of course replace the ones that come with the kit in certain circumstances, and the rest, as I mentioned before, are simply to keep you from having the hassle of having to do the paint job on this. Definitely a nice touch. All the details are nice, small and crisp, and again, no printing registration errors, no banding, no miscoloration, nothing. This is definitely really nice. Over here on the vinyl, these are the same color again, so you don't have to do any painting at all. The sheet has been pre-weeded, that is, all the excess has been taken away. This blue strip here goes behind the clear walls, and I definitely regret having pulled that up before I thought about it. I imagine those air bubbles would go away once you got them on the plastic as well. And then over here, that central circle is definitely going to be an added bonus because painting a circle is definitely tough. especially if you want to try and cut your own, because it takes a few specialized tools you may not have on hand. So now let's take a look at the fusion core. And here is the crown jewel of all the aftermarket parts, reigning supreme. It's the fusion core. This is a 32 LED flashing circuit. This one has 3 speeds, which are controlled up here. The power button is at the top, and then 1 speed for each button, and then hitting them both produces the 3rd speed. It's all powered by a regular 9-volt battery. In addition to the bottom fusion core, you also get the upper dome lights, such as can be seen here. The directions are remarkably concise and short and direct. There is no wiring to do. This is simply a plug-and-play kind of situation. It's tough to screw up. A few people have reported that the wires can kind of come loose very easily. So that's definitely something I'll be watching out for. This is the first edition of this kit. And Henry at TSDS is producing a second version which has a 4th speed, which is a slow fade up and down for the power, the lights rather. And then he's also strengthening up the wires as well. So I will be dropping this in the model so we can see how it looks in situ. And let's take a closer look here. So we definitely got a good amount of length of wire going on. This is certainly more enough. That's probably about 2 feet between the bottom of the core and the upper flashers. More than enough length to be able to get in and out of the model, take the lid off, and get everything in place when you need to. I don't quite know where I'll be placing this yet at all, and I can definitely see just by barely touching this at all that these wires here on the power are definitely a little weak. That negative is probably going to go fairly easily, so I want to be careful about that. Got a 9-volt battery here. It does have some life in it, so let's plug it in and turn it on. Straight out of the bag with a power supply, and it's working. Very nice. So let's see what these switches do here. So switch number 1, closest to the power, is the standard speed. Switch 2 seems to definitely speed it up. And there's both switches pressed at the same time. Switch 2. That looks to have 2 or 3 LEDs on at once. Then switch 1. Looks like it just has 1 LED. It's tough to tell, they're flashing so fast. There we go, that one's definitely a little slower there. So the upper dome here has 2 lights going at the same time. Now it has probably 4, 3. No, it's got... It almost looks like it's varying between 2 and 4 at a time. Then here they're just really fast flashers. And both buttons slows them down again. Takes maybe half a second for the speeds to change in between each one. And holding the button down causes that variation in the speed. Definitely a nice piece of work. These are standard white LEDs, and they certainly look brilliantly white in person. They're probably going to show up a little blue on the video. They definitely look blue on the view screen here, but they are completely crystal white in person. So let me drop this in the model.